Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our chemistry lecture, our industrial chemistry lecture, paper number 17. Okay. In last lecture, we have seen the characterization and fabrication. Okay. Now today, we will discuss about the transmission electron microscopy. Transmission electron microscopy, TEM. TEM stands for transmission electron microscopy. Principle: the word transmission means to pass through. In transmission electron microscope, electrons are allowed to transmit through the sample under study. Some of the incident electrons are scattered or deflected by the material, and at the bottom of microscope, the unscattered, that is, transmitted electrons hit the fluorescent screen, which gives the shadow image of sample. What is the principle? The word transmission means to pass through. In transmission electron microscope, electrons are allowed to transmit through the sample under study. Some of the incident electrons are scattered or deflected by material, and at the bottom of microscope, the unscattered, that is, transmitted electrons hit the fluorescent screen, which gives the shadow image of sample. Construction and working of transmission electron microscope. Okay. Major concept of transmission electron microscope are very similar to the scanning electron microscope. Last lecture, we have seen that SEM, scanning electron microscope. It consists of an electron source, which is also called as electron gun, electrometric lenses, condenser, sample stage, phosphor or fluorescent screen, vacuum chamber, as shown in the figure. Okay. Electrons of very high energy of the order of mu that 50,000 electron volt are produced in the electron gun. These are allowed to pass through series of magnetic lenses to focus sharply on the sample. The main difference in SEM and TEM is that is scanning electron microscopy and transmission electron microscopy is that TEM requires a very thin sample because electrons should transmit through it. The transmitted electrons below the sample are collected on the fluorescent skin. In the regions where electrons do not pass through the sample, the image is dark, and where electrons pass through sample, image is bright. The image record system converts the electron image into same from perceptible to human eyes. Here also, similar to SEM, scanning electron microscopy, to avoid the interaction of electrons with the air molecule, the whole assembly should be operated in vacuum chamber. Okay. In figure 5.10, we can see the schematic diagram of transmission electron microscopy, electron gun, condenser lenses, thin sample, objective lenses, projector lenses, and fluorescent skin. Okay. The sample required for transmission electron microscopy should be very thin. It is powdered and made by various means. The energy of electron should be very high, generally greater than 50,000 electron volt. By using TEM, single particle of very small dimension can be analyzed. There are many similarities between SEM and TEM. They can be distinguished as given below. Here we will discuss about the distinction between SEM and TEM, scanning electron microscopy and transmission electron microscopy. That difference. SEM. In SEM, electron beam scans over surface of sample. In TEM, electron beam pass through thin sample. Okay. Second, sample can be any thickness is mounted on stub. Here, sample prepared thin samples are supported on the TEM grids. Third, specimen stage is in the chamber of bottom of column. Here, specimen stage is at the halfway down the column. Here, image of the surface of sample. TEM image is two-dimensional projection of sample. SEM Image shown on TV monitor. Here image shown on fluorescent screen. Okay. These are the difference between SEM and TM. Then next, top down and bottom up fabrications. Okay. Second, for last lecture we will discuss the characterization and fabrication. Then here we will discuss about the top down and bottom up fabrication. The fabrication method is in the larger materials are cut down to smaller nano scale materials by various means. These are called as top down methods, while in case of bottom up method the base building block is single atom or molecule, and these are allowed to come together in proper way to form required nanostructure. Bottom up method have very high spatial is very high spatial resolution but have limited manufacturing flexibility, while top down method have high manufacturing capability but limited spatial resolution. But latest development in the nanotechnology emerged the methods combining top down and bottom up method. A colloidal route. Synthesis of metal nanoparticles can be done by colloidal route. Colloidal metal nanoparticles are synthesized by reduction of metal salt by proper reducing agent. For example, gold nanoparticles can be prepared by reducing chlorhydric acid HAUCl4. These are the formula of chlorhydric acid, which transodium citrate Na3C6H5O7. The reaction is given by chlorhydric acid to trisodium citrate. It gives Au plus C6H5O7 minus plus HCl plus thrice NaCl. The reaction is carried out in water. The gold nanoparticles are stabilized by repulsive Coulombic interaction. Also, these are stabilized by thiol or these capping molecules. Metal gold nanoparticle exhibit intense red, magenta, blue alert color depending upon the size. Last lecture we have discussed about that. Depending on the size, color also different. Okay, the process can be shown as reduction Au plus U minus gives nucleation Au, condensation, then Au plus U minus surface reduction, and electrostatic stabilization. In a similar way, silver, copper, metal nanoparticles can be prepared. Okay, in here we will discuss. We have discussed the gold nanoparticles. In that similar way, silver, copper, metal nanoparticles can be prepared. Okay, which method? Colloidal route. Okay, by using suitable metal salt, semiconductor nanoparticles can be synthesized by this colloidal route method. Sulfide semiconductors such as CDS and ZNS can be prepared easily by co-precipitation. For example, to prepare ZNS nanoparticles by zinc salt like zinc sulfate, ZnSO4, zinc chloride, ZnCl2, zinc nitrate, ZnNa32, etc. are dissolved in aqueous or non-aqueous solvents in which sodium sulfide Na2S is added. Even H2S gas can be passed through Zn salt solution. The particles of ZnS are formed. The reaction can be given as ZnCl2 plus ZnS gives ZnS plus twice NaCl. Even zinc oxide nanoparticles can be prepared as ZnCl2 plus 2NaOH gives ZnOH twice plus twice NaCl. ZnOH twice gives ZnO plus H2O. However, colloids formed in this solution has a tendency to coagulate due to attractive forces existing between them, so that steric hindrance should be created by appropriately coating the particles to keep them apart. This is called chemical capping and is widely used in the synthesis of nanomaterials. By this route, nanomaterial solution is obtained also by drying of the liquid. We can obtain thin film of capped particle by spin coating or deep coating technique. The coating should be stable and non-interactive with the particle except at the surface. Concentration of capping molecule is used to control the size and protect the particles from coagulation. This method is very good method to synthesize semiconductor nanoparticles, but the chemicals used may be toxic and difficult to handle. Okay, top down and bottom up fabrication. First, colloidal route. Okay, now today we have discussed the transmission electron microscopy, the principle, construction and working. Okay, difference between scanning electron microscopy and transmission electron microscopy. Then top down bottom up fabrication, colloidal route. Okay, in next lecture we will discuss about the top down bottom up fabrication. Okay, I will stop here. Thank you.